So if you guys are just joining us, I'll bring you guys up to speed. The other time when we were out here, we put together this homeless shelter using some discarded garage doors. Now the base is set on a couple of skis because this thing is primarily designed to homeless people in the winter time. So the skis were a very important part of this build to make this thing somewhat portable and also be able to flat pack it and bring it to its location. So once we had our base basically all cut out and we had our skis installed, we started off with our end pieces, which were our pentagon shape. And the reason why we did that shape is it kind of gives you a little bit more floor space, a little bit more airy, and it kind of gives you a more open feeling once you're inside of it. So now, once we had the pentagon shape installed, we put the wall panels on, and then once those were done, we installed our roof panels one by one until we had ourselves a little bit of a structure. And then once we were done that, we cut the door in, and that was it. We had ourselves a fully functioning emergency pop-up homeless shelter. Low. Really what I'm doing is actually testing it out to see how well it works. All right guys, welcome back to the homeless shelter. After spending a night in it, I kind of realized a couple of the shortcomings that the actual homeless shelter had, and I read over a lot of your comments, and some of them were useful and some of them weren't. And we're going to address some of the problems today, because I think if I want to make this thing a useful homeless shelter, it's gotta be perfect. Well, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to really address some of the major concerns that a lot of you guys have, and quite frankly, some of the concerns that I have staying in it overnight. So we're going to address those concerns today. Hello. All right, so it brings me back to today. What we're gonna do here, we're just actually taking a look inside. The last couple of days, I've been collecting some material. I've been putting some stuff together off-site because it's not the easiest thing to be working in the bush. So anyways, we're at the entrance to the homeless shelter. So one of the big concerns on the in the comments was that the door was going to leak. All right, so this is what I got in mind for the door, and this is just like our traditional kind of weather stripping you would stick on the door stop, and that would seal your thing. So what this is going to act like is a dam, so the water can't kind of go down this side. Can you see that? Go down here, and kind of channel itself into the thing. So I'm gonna go right to here, and that's gonna squish. So it's gonna stick. Perfect. So what's going to happen if the water comes down here, it's going to hit that and channel away. And this stuff I found the other day, which was the deal of the century. It was in a discontinued aisle. This is a DuPont Flex Wrap. It's flexible seal for around the windows. And if you've ever seen this stuff, 9 by 75 foot roll. It was on final sale for $5. I ended up talking them down to $2, which I feel bad about it now that I looked at the price of this stuff. Anyway, it's worth a fortune, and you guys should look it up just for fun. Just DuPont Flex Wrap XL. Is it the X? Yeah. FL? Flex Wrap. DuPont Flex Wrap. Yeah, just look up that stuff, the 9 inch by 75 foot roll. It looks like this stuff, and it's like a butyl tape, and it's like crazy. It's probably why it was just so difficult to work with. There. Like this. So it's like a two-parter. It's like super sticky. Super sticky. I said it was super sticky. That's going to allow it to be flexible and waterproof. You can see the detail there. So that's the dam for the water, and this is going to seal up that edge. Now I didn't see any water leaking in through the panels, but this is going to add a little bit extra in order to seal it and air seal it. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the corners, like where these pieces lapped over. I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. We got to warm it up. Friction warm. All All right, so one of the comments I did agree with was the fact of mounting the diesel heater on the outside of this thing, and now that's a great idea. My only problem initially when I did it was that I didn't want it to be visible because it's a bright red diesel heater. This thing actually, it runs on diesel. Did I mention it runs on diesel? You can only put diesel in it, and it needs a 12-volt battery. So there is a car battery in there that allows this thing to run, and it's got the solar panel on the roof. Actually, I just took it down so I could put the flashing on. So it's got the solar panel that charges or that runs this thing, but it does have diesel. Now, one of the comments that came up was that it's gonna get really old when you start smelling like diesel on the inside. I completely agree, and that's why I went and designed this thing, which is, I'll show you. This thing, which is a box that's going to house the diesel heater. Actually want it down low so we can actually fuel it. So it's going to sit right there. Probably high enough so the exhaust pipe can actually come out and over. Now, I wasn't clear on how this thing actually works. Now, there is an exhaust pipe that comes at the bottom. So these are traditionally installed in vans or campers and stuff like that. So what they do is they actually vent through the bottom of the vehicle and then out the other side. Now, the thing with diesel heaters, if you run your diesel truck in a garage for, let's say, an hour, you'll probably live. You run your car in the garage for an hour, you're not going to. So that's the difference between carbon monoxide buildup with vehicles or burning gasoline and burning diesel. Diesel, I don't know what it is, but it does not produce as much of the really bad stuff as burning gasoline does. I don't know, it's probably somebody out there that can tell me why. All right, that took a little bit longer than I anticipated, just because, well, it's just fiddly. Anyway, so here's the heater. It's vented on the inside. You can see the pipe going in. It's going to vent out the bottom. I got my diesel cap there with my diesel fuel, and then I've got my exhaust right here and my fresh air intake in here. So this exhaust will actually just kind of go up, and then the fresh air intake. The fresh air intake is actually for combustion air, and so this is actually just pulling into the combustion chamber, and this is the exhaust. So that actually doesn't plumb inside the shelter. The actual air comes from beside there, which is going to in turn get pulled from the cabin itself. All right, so if you look inside here, we can see that we've got the control box mounted in here. So it's got the it says it's 7 degrees outside, which isn't terrible. So I got the battery in here, and the reason why is because I want to keep it relatively warm. I don't want it to freeze. And there is the warm air intake, so it takes up much less space. So if I turn it on, I just hit the button and away it goes. It's on number 3 right now. So now the glow plug is charging. The fan's gonna start, which is running the battery. The battery runs the 12-volt fan, so that's gonna heat up the cabin very nicely. All right, well, we're losing daylight. It's taken a little bit longer to actually do all the modifications. I thought I was gonna be able to finish her up today, but I have to, I probably have to come back tomorrow. I don't really want to pack all my stuff out. So one of the things that were in the comments was that most people that are homeless don't want to leave their stuff because they're worried about it getting stolen. And I feel that right now. I don't really want to leave all my stuff sitting in here without it being locked. So what I did is I actually brought a deadbolt. It's an older deadbolt. I got keys for it. I could probably put 2, but I think for one, like if you're gonna get in, locks only really keep the honest people out. Seems easy, right? Just install a deadbolt into a garage door panel. All right, gonna give the old lock a test to see if it locks. All right, look at, okay. That'll get worked in. Look at that. Perfect. All right, we got her so she can lock, which is good. So I got some stuff in there that I don't necessarily want to give away. So I can lock it up, and I can be confident that the stuff will still be there in the morning. And yeah, we'll just got another day or so of just modifications before I let it loose again. I got some signage and stuff to put up. I also have a trail camera that I'm going to set up. It's one of those Wi-Fi. It's not Wi-Fi. It's cellular. It's one of those LTE cameras. I think. Where is it? Okay, right here. This is a Reveal X trail camera. So I'm gonna set it up high in the tree and see if we have anything come by, whether it be animals or people. All right, my plan is to get as far up that tree as I possibly can and then angle it down so I can actually see. There's a test button on this thing. Hopefully I can get it working. I don't really want anybody to take it. Been here for a while, and I haven't noticed anything. I think it's probably because it's, you know, still cold out. Nobody's kind of touched it. So like a laissez-faire sort of thing, leave it alone. I think there's a lot of respect amongst homeless people. They don't really play with your encampment. Who knows? I'm gonna set the trail camera up, see if we have any action on it, and we'll touch base in the morning, just to you know, carry on with the modifications that you guys wanted to see, as well as I think they should be done as well. So, anyways, hopefully my mods on the rain. We are calling for rain this evening. Can you guys see that? I think it's pretty good. Ever so clandestine. You'll be able to see that. It's perfect. Hello? Yo! Well, I was just looking at the actual footage from this morning, and I actually got a hit on the Tacticam trail camera. There seems to be somebody walking by. I don't have the actual video footage. I just got still, so it sends a still, and it was at like 6 o'clock this morning. So somebody's walking by. I don't know. He looks like a guy with a vest on. He's got a hoodie, like a walking stick. I don't know. He's milling around there for quite a bit. So I'm not sure if he was just checking it out. It's a good thing it was locked. So everything seems to be still intact. I was just concerned that the camera might have shut off or something like that. I was banging on the thing just to make sure. As far as I know, they might think somebody's living here. So I got to put, I got a vacancy notice, and then kind of like a instruction manual on how to operate everything inside. Everything looks to be dry, like around that seam on the ridge. And we did have a significant amount of rain last night, so I think we're good on water sealing. Just put it on low. I just click that thing in. There we go. Anyways, let's get building. All right, so we're gonna deal with some basically ventilation and some windows, some nice light. So I've got this old, it's a garage door light that I've kind of retrofitted. What I've done is I've actually glued the window pane inside the frame so it won't come out, because these things are like 3 pieces generally. So you got the frame and the window, and then the other frame. So the plan is to put it basically in this end gable right here, and then what's going to happen is it's going to be able to pivot open like an awning window and to shed all the water off like that. So that's as far as it's going to open, so the water will actually just drain off of it. So it'll just pivot like that. All right, it appears that that window, the opening, is 12 by 24. I'm going to somewhat center it. Maybe I'll center it exactly, which we got 68, so it's that. 34 is my middle. All right, after a little bit of engineering, we've figured out how to make this window, which is normally a only closed window, to an opening window. So what I've done is I've actually used the trim kit on the inside, which is fashioned behind the screen. I actually have a screen here, and then I've fashioned a piece of cable, again, from a garage door. So this is the eye hook, and I can close it like this. And then down here, there's actually a lock, which locks the window closed when you want it to be closed and secure. And then when you want to open it, you basically take the braided cable, you push it out as far as you want the window out, and you actually latch it onto the screw, which allows you to lock it in the open position. If you do want it open further, you just go outside and actually wedge a stick in it, and it'll open it as much as you want. And the bonus thing about this thing is this is an awning window, so it'll actually prevent any water from coming in. And that being said, it's actually on the exterior cladding of the shelter. It's not actually on the interior cladding, which again will provide rain screen in case there is any rain. So that's going to add a significant amount of airflow. You'll be able to see anything that's coming from this general direction, and I think it's going to work out really well. So yeah. Perfect. All right, the next thing I'm going to address is storage. Now, when I was down in here, I had everything on the floor, and I just got a little messy because there was nothing up off the floor. I had some hooks at the top, which I've actually taken down, and now I kind of want some storage. So what I've done is I've actually used these are the end panels for the garage door, so I got a whole lot of them. And my plan is to actually put shelving in there. So I've cut some chunks of garage door panels, which are just going to sit like this, and all the way up, and then it allows me to kind of store all my food. Well, we've got our deadbolt installed, but the problem is there's no window on here, and I don't really want a window on the door. Do you want a window on the door? So I ended up picking up one of these guys thing. It's like an accessibility people. Can you see that? That's the coolest looking people I've ever seen. It was at one of my my favorite junk stores. They were $2. I'm like, how do you not buy this thing for $2? It's kind of cool. It like look at, you see how big that thing is. When you look through it, you can see it's like basically a fisheye lens. You can see me. You can see up, see down. We'll put it in. If it's upside down, we'll spin it. So you just gotta basically drill a couple holes. Even if I'm pointing in the down direction, it's going to have quite a large field of view. Actually, I'll show you on the inside. So if anybody's trying to tamper with your lock, you can see them before they're coming. Maybe like get a poke hole and you just poke them with a stick. That's the view of what we got for the peephole. The camera doesn't really do it justice, but that's awesome. I can see pretty much everything. Somebody walks up there, pretty much see everything. And then I got my lock right beside it. Unlock it if I want to. Look at my peephole, get to see people. So after spending the night here, I realized quickly that it's probably a good idea to get off the floor. So what I did was I actually picked up a cot from Cabela's Bass Pro shops. My brother's been using one of these for a really long time, and he says they work really well. And yeah, I did use it ice fishing one time, and it works really, really well. So you basically, it's just basically pops up and it gets you up off the ground. It's like a really fancy hammock. I wouldn't even say fancy, it's very useful hammock. Just throw that stuff outside, that stuff, so it folds out like this. Come on, there we go. All right. Now that is what I'm calling comfortable. Look at that. Oh, that is a really comfortable bed. Now, all right, we got it all set up. I don't know, do you want your head by the window or do you want your head by the heater? I think the head by the heater is a bad idea because it would dehydrate your head. But if it's there, actually, what'll happen is it'll keep your feet nice and toasty. Got the boots. Put the storage underneath. Get some hand sanitizer. We actually put that up top. And yeah, we're gonna work on the I need some lighting. What else do I need? Lighting and some odds and sods. I think we're pretty darn close. This thing's gonna be shaping up to be a pretty comfortable refuge in the forest. All right, so another thing I noticed when I stayed overnight was that lighting was an issue. I had a flashlight and it was always rolling around and I had to kind of find it every time I needed it, and it wasn't kind of permanent lighting. I kind of wanted to figure something out that ran off the main battery because, well, if you're relying on a flashlight all the time, it's not the greatest thing. So what I've done is I've actually hooked up a 12-volt little LED light bulb out of a camper that I had kicking around. So I've got it hooked up there. So there we go. We got interior lighting that is plugged into the marine battery that is going to essentially last forever. I don't think you could ever deplete this battery with this setup because it has the solar panel on the roof, which is offering a trickle charge to the battery, which even in a cloudy area, like it's saying right now, it is charging. So even if it's extremely cloudy, overcast day, it is pulling in a little bit of juice. And this light up above me is using very, very little. I'm pretty convinced that it's going to last forever. until the solar panel breaks. But that being said, okay, so I'm also going to include a number of things. So I've got phone chargers. I've got a series of phone chargers, and because you never know what sort of chargers you're going to need. So I got, where's my other charger? I already got them listed. Okay, so here's a charger. See, you lose your charging cords all the time. So what this allows you to do, this other little thing here, which is a cigarette lighter adapter that I modified, that it basically plugs in to the cigarette lighter. So I've got an actual cigarette lighter adapter here that that plugs in to the same cord. So the thing is the light has to be on in order to charge your phone, which is okay because that's like a fail-safe. All right, I found my other charging cords. I've got standard USB cord and then a different little tiny one in case for an old phone, which is this little guy here. This allows me to plug it in. So this is an old Motorola Crazer, which can go there. I looked on the forum, and one of the biggest things was old cell phones to replace old cell phones. And here's another phone. So even if it doesn't have a SIM card, it still has the ability to call 911 in the event of emergency. So those will be stocked here. So some old cell phones. Also, the other thing I'll include is some USB chargeable flashlights. And the good thing about this one, see that? You got the beacon in case you want to, you know, safety, whatnot. And it's the good thing is about it's, if you need a little extra light in here, you can actually connect it magnetically. I said magnetically. It's magnetically through the thing, so you can really have, you could probably operate with that light. All right, so that'll be included there, just as a thing. And then the other thing is a hand warmer. You know, if you're cold at nighttime and you want to add a little bit of a little warmth into your sleeping bag, you can turn this guy on. This is like a little tiny battery powered hand warmer, and you could throw it into your sleeping bag, or just, you know, if you don't want to have the heater on that way. So that's that, covering all the bases. Another one of the concerns that everybody had was that somebody was simply going to take the cabin and throw it into the river. Well, that could happen. So we're going to take a little bit of precaution here and chain it to the tree. So what I've actually set up is the cable. It's a cable that's very tangled. This is a stainless steel aircraft cable, and it is originally designed to hold that torsion spring on a garage door. So I've been basically using every single part of a garage door to build this thing. So what I'm going to do is loop it right around, chain it back to itself. Got my lock, so I'm going to lock it to the... So now you can actually see that it's locked to the tree, and hopefully acts as a deterrent so people don't push it into the creek. And it's also not secured enough that if somebody wants to move it, they could, because really you want to have the option, like a non-destructive option, to kind of move this thing in the future. All right, now comes the point where I'm going to equip this shelter with everything I think it needs in order to house somebody temporarily, and basically pack all my stuff out and set up. I gotta set up my trail camera in order to kind of monitor the situation, and then I can actually keep an eye out, because it is a cellular connected camera, LTE, Tacticam Reveal X, I think is the brand, and it's going to send me alerts if somebody is to come to the cabin and stay here. So there was some activity last night, and actually it was early in the morning. It wasn't actually last night, and so somebody was checking it out, so maybe they'll come back. I'm going to leave a note and actually a vacancy, leave it open so somebody can actually get into it if they want to, and then some instructions on the wall sort of thing. I'm going to write some labels and stuff like that in order to kind of give people an idea on how to use everything that's in there. But basically, when everything's said and done, everything in this cabin is free to use, and hopefully once somebody has used it and it's been useful to them, to actually sort of pay it forward and leave it or gift it to somebody else that may need it in the future. Get this thing all loaded into the shelter, and then I'll give you a little bit of a tour of exactly what I've included, and have a look just to see one last time before we give it away. You know, pay it forward. Okay, so let's just sort this stuff out. I figure I put all the toiletries and stuff that's for cleaning on the right, I guess on the left, my left. So I've got some hand sanitizer, which is like liquid hand sanitizer, because I think that's a great idea to kind of wash your hands first, and some wipes. So we're gonna put those things up here. I have some sanitary napkins. panty liners. You know, it could happen. All right. My wife was the one that included that. She's like, you gotta put those in. I'm like, okay. Thin and absorbent. All right, that goes up there. First aid kit, some more hand sanitizer, some actual just soap, set of razors. I can go up that sort of side. Get some shaving cream. Put candles over here. This is the flammable section. Smoke detector. We're gonna put that up here. Actually, I'm gonna attach that to the wall. First aid kit will go up here, and more sanitizer up there. Okay, and then shaving gel and a bar of soap, because, well, I guess in theory you could have a bath in the creek. These are sealable jars. Anytime I've ever made a cabin, it's important to have a jar that seals, because what happens is the mice move in and they eat everything. So that's the idea behind having something solid, especially with a lid on. They can't chew through it. So dude wipes, face wipes. I've got to put that up in the toiletry section. All right, toilet paper. I should just put that on a holder. Maybe I'll put it up there for right now. Mechanical and lighting. So I got lighting, got some matches here, which is allow me to, well, light your candle. In case the battery does die, there is a utility knife. So if you need to cut some stuff, fix something that's broken, like that's useful to have. We got some oat bars, because, you know, barley. Oat buddies. Ever had these things? These are delicious. Put those guys up there. Hand sanitizer, another one. We're just actually extra storage. I don't want to have so many hand sanitizers, but some nuts, some good protein up there. We're gonna have fruity raisin snacks, goldfish. I'm gonna put those on the high shelf in case the mice do get in and decide to have a field day. Peanut butter, because everybody loves peanut butter. We'll put it next to the nuts. Hopefully nobody is sensitive to peanut butter. Some fruit on the go, squeezy things. A bag of Crispers. Some Uncle Ben's rice. You know what's delicious about this thing? Is you open the bag and you just get your spoon in there, and away you go. There's a couple of those guys. Probably should have made more shelving. It's really kind of hard to have fresh fruit, so these guys here, fruit to go. It gives you a nice little fruit. Cheese sticks. Right there. Oh, another thing I included is iced original coffee. This thing is actually pretty good because you don't need cream or sugar, you just need hot water, and it's got everything kind of included in there. So if you need coffee, if you want to go out shopping to replenish your cabin, you can. That'll just go underneath. And I had some vitamins. Vitamins are important. A case of water underneath. I just gotta mount my smoke detector. Ah! Yeah, it works. All right, that's carbon monoxide / smoke detector, so that'll scream at you. All right, all we gotta do is write our note now and set it out, and you know, wait for somebody that wants to come in here or needs to come in here for any reason. I've made myself a little vacancy sign, which I'm gonna post out front, and that's going to basically indicate to people that are walking by that there is a vacancy. You can come on in, and it's got instructions on the back on, you know, please remove sign when in use, post it when you're done. So when you've vacated the premises, you can post the sign saying you're not coming back, and then somebody else can use it. And ideally, word of mouth will travel, and then somebody can just, you know, gift it to the next person. And leave the key, obviously, but I'm going to put more instructions kind of on the walls. I'm just using a Sharpie, writing it directly on the walls, and kind of giving instruction that way. And yeah, maybe I'll leave the Sharpie around. People can write their own little notes. All right, guys, guess what? So I got an email notifying me that there's actually somebody near the shelter, which is crazy, because well, it's just crazy. I'm just watching. I can't actually see the video unless I request it from the camera, so it's giving me real time. It's like keeps hitting, so he's sticking around. It's just kind of like I can see him kind of going around, and then like kind of checking stuff. A couple of hours, I'll check back in with you and see if we can go meet this guy. Well, I figure it's better late than never. I figured I gotta go and see who's in the shelter. I can see that the lights are on, and I can hear the heater going, so I think somebody's actually taken up residency in the shelter. I saw the actual footage on the the Tacticam, and there was somebody. It looks like he came in. I could only see stills. I don't actually have the video yet. You guys actually might be able to see the video here, but you can see that that he came in. He inspected it, and he walked by a couple times. And anyways, let's. I'm gonna go see if I can actually talk to him. It's kind of freaky, man. I don't know. I hope he's not like a crazed dude like that. I don't know. I'm gonna see. He can't hear anything on the outside. He probably can't see anything on the outside. I can kind of, you can see through the window. All right, hang on. I'm gonna set you guys up over here, and hello. Hey. Hi. How you doing? You want to you want to open the door? I'm the guy that built this thing. Yeah. Hang on. Here, I'll open the door. All right, so I had a little conversation. The guy that's actually living in there is his name's Jim, and he's kind of shy. Yeah, I don't know if he said kind of like he would talk, but he doesn't really want to appear on camera. So I asked him, I said, I filmed this thing for a YouTube video, and he's like, well, he says, okay. So I'm gonna try to set up a camera so he feels comfortable, because he wants to. He said he'll tell. He says he'll tell his story, but he doesn't. I don't want to pry. I just want to ask him like what he thinks of it. He's only been here for. It's been a couple hours now, so I'm gonna see. Ask him, see if he's comfortable with it, and ask him some questions. But I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Hang on. All right. Well, Jim has agreed to be. He wants to sit on the side. He doesn't actually want to show his face because he's worried about people recognize him. I don't blame him. But he did agree to be on camera, and I said if it makes you feel uncomfortable, we'll just cut it out altogether. But anyways, he's agreed. So let's ask him some questions. Can you see me? I'll just crouch down, I think. So Jim,
Yeah.
it's is this the weirdest thing you've ever done before?
Well, no, not really. I've done some things before, but I like it in here. This is nice and warm. You built this?
Yeah, I built it. It's all garage door panels that I put together. I figured I would do something kind of for the homeless. I've been reading on the newspaper or the news, and watching TV, and it kind of there's a real homeless problem going around. So I figured I'd do my part to build. So like I'm interested in your story. So like how did you? If it's not too personal, I don't want to intrude. Like how did you end up homeless?
For 6 years.
6? You've been homeless 6 years?
6. Yeah, I think 6 years. Lost my car, lost my house, lost the business, my wife, the kids.
So if you don't mind me asking, like what kind of business were you in?
I was doing siding, just renovations. It's bad decisions on my part.
Mm-hmm.
That's with the wrong people. It's mostly me. I did it to myself.
So are you like have you tried like going to like a shelter or?
Yeah, I don't know. The danger is there.
Do you think it's dangerous at the shelter?
People getting stabbed and stolen from. People take your stuff. They come in, they hit you at night, they steal your smokes, they steal your booze. I don't know. No, I don't like going there.
That's wild. So where did you stay like before?
God, streets, bridges, forest. I had a tent, but took it down.
Oh, really? Like,
Yeah, they took it down.
they just took, like, you left and they took your tent?
Yeah, they took everything. They couldn't stay there.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's wild.
They give you food and water and better on the streets.
So you feel safer on the streets then?
Safer on the streets. More to do. It's better to be out than in one of those places, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so you're kind of like want to be by yourself.
Yeah.
Independent, more so than anything else.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You built it? You built this thing?
Yeah. Well, I guess you could, if you did siding for a living, you kind of appreciate the fact that it's built pretty. I think it's built decent. Not to toot my own horn.
Comfortable and warm.
Yeah. Oh, I see you got the heater started.
Yeah, I figured that out. I saw the heater.
Yeah.
Read your instructions. It's nice and warm.
Yeah, well, it should be comfortable. Like, I did leave a lot of stuff that you're welcome to have, and like, you read the instructions. So basically, how it is. There's it's kind of like a hunt cabin.
Yeah.
So, like, if you got something, you can leave it behind, and if you need something, absolutely take it. There's you got the keys, right? Because the keys, as long as you need this place, you're welcome to stay here.
Okay.
And use whatever you need to stay comfortable. I brought you some firewood, so you can have yourself a little campfire outside if you want to cook something. There's some, and I think it's pretty cozy. I don't know if do you have any questions on anything that like.
As long as I can have some of this stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's
stay here.
You're welcome to stay here.
How can? Okay.
As long as you need to stay here, you're welcome to stay here. There is what size are your feet by chance?
Feet are 10.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's a pair of boots under there.
Get
I
out of here.
noticed your boots are looking a little.
That's not bad.
You don't bother with it now. There's a pair of boots underneath there. If you want to have them, go for it.
All right.
And if you don't like them, just leave them there, and the next person can have them. The window open, so if you need to get in there, you're good to go. And I don't know. There's the diesel. The heater is diesel. You might have read that on the side, but if you need to add some heat, but it should stay warm for you. And also, what is it? There's you can charge your phone. I noticed you had a phone. I saw that on the trail camera.
Oh. Yeah.
Did you notice there's a trail camera?
No.
Yeah, I probably actually take that with me today, so I don't need to watch. But there is a lot of things that you guys might need. There's like there's supplies up on the thing, like for hand washing and hand sanitizers and wipes and stuff up there. So you're welcome to use any of that sort of stuff. There's food, snacks and whatnot. So if you're welcome to have any of that. There's water underneath the bed. So you're welcome to take any of that and use it. The little heater here runs on diesel, so if it does run out, it does last a really long time. You figured out how to turn it on.
Yeah, button over there and turn it right on.
There's also, I don't know if you noticed that, but there's a place to charge your phone up there, because I saw that.
Good. Hard to find places to charge your phone.
Yeah. So if you need to, and I am going to leave you my number. So if you need a hand or anything like that, you just let me know. Give me a call.
All right. You want me to get out of here now? Or?
No. You're welcome to stay as long as you want. This is yours. Keep the key with you.
Yeah.
And if you want it.
Pocket.
Yeah. So but when you're done with it, just put the sign back up that it's vacant again, and pay it forward. Or if you know somebody that needs it and you've decided to move on or whatever, you're welcome to pay it forward, pass it along to somebody else, because it's going to stay here as long as it basically can. And like I said, you can lock up when you go, and your stuff will be safe here.
No, good. Thank you
All right.
very much. Thank you.
Okay, I dropped off some firewood for you, so if you want to have if you want to have a campfire, whatever, you cook some stuff, you're welcome to.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't know. I hope it's comfortable enough for you. I stayed in it one night. I stayed on it one night, and it was really warm. I found if as long as you heat it up and then you shut it off, you're pretty much good for the night.
Okay.
Looks like you got some nice winter clothes on. Like you seem to be. Yeah, I think if you close the door, it stays pretty toasty.
Okay.
And you'll figure. I'm sure you'll be able to figure out how to work the window. If it gets too hot in there, you should be fine.
Okay.
All right. Well, give me a shout. Nice meeting you, Jim.
Thanks.
And yeah. Okay. You want me to just close this?
Yeah, close.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
All right. Well, it's been a couple days, and I got a call from our friend Jim, and he was requesting. He was like, "Do you have any kind of like a hot plate or something like that?" And well, I came up with the next best thing. I got myself a little Coleman stove that I got kicking around that I can lend out no problem with a propane cylinder. Looks as though he might be settling in there. There's quite a bit of stuff actually sitting around. So I don't know if he's got like a little bike trailer and a bike. I guess that's probably not a bad idea now that summer's coming. So I'm just gonna drop this off to him and yeah, see how he's doing, because it's a nice day out today anyways. But yeah, so let's drop this thing off to him and see how he's doing. Jim? Yo. Hello. Hey. How you doing, buddy? All right, well, Jim seems to be doing okay. Got him the stove. I told him probably check in with him in the next couple of days. If he doesn't give me a shout before that, just probably give him a resupply of some food or something like that. Maybe some fresh stuff. I don't know what he's eating. Seems like he's settling in okay in there. So, anyways, we'll check back shortly. All right, well, it's been a couple of days, and I've been trying to get a hold of Jim just to see how he's doing, and basically go straight to voicemail. That could indicate a couple of things. Well, one could be his battery's just toast, or he lost his phone or something like that. So I don't know. I figured I would just kind of make my way down here and just kind of see if he's home. Just knock on the door basically, see if he's there. What a mess. Yeah, I don't think he's here. There's no real signs of anything. There's garbage everywhere. Hello? Locked? It's still locked. Look I can see in the window. It's got sticks on it. It's strange. Make it like a beaver dam or something. You see inside there? Oh, the light's on. Why is the light on for? There's nobody in there. Huh. There's a bunch of junk in there. I'm gonna try to get hold of him again. I don't know. Like the plan was to drop off food. But like I said, he's not home. So I'll give him a shout. All right, we're just gonna try him again to see if he is around. Where is it?
Yeah, it's Jim.
Hey Jim. Hi, how you doing?
Hey, who's this?
It's Kevin, the guy that made the shelter.
Hey, Kevin, how you doing?
Good. I noticed you're not here. I tried calling you.
Yeah, I've been, woke up not that long ago, actually.
Oh yeah, like, are you still around? Like, it looks like there's a bunch of stuff still here. Like, the door's locked. I figured are you still staying here?
Well, they got me into a hotel for a little while, so I was just gonna leave it there and come back and grab everything, and I'll come over today sometime and pick it up.
Okay, like you're gonna pick up your stuff? Like, I noticed the door was locked, so I think you just like, you like?
Yeah, I got the keys right here, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be by in a couple hours, and I'll stop by and I'll grab my stuff. And yeah, thanks for letting me stay there. It was really comfortable.
Yeah. Well, that's good. All right. Well, yeah. Well, I guess I brought some stuff for you. I figured I'd drop it off. But I guess if you're not staying in here, so they're taking care of you at the hotel then.
Yeah, I don't know how long you're gonna keep us here. We got a couple people with me, so probably I don't know, like a week or something. But it's never long enough, you know. They get you in and then they get you out, and they don't want you to do anything, and you can't smoke inside.
Right.
You know.
Okay. Well, you're thinking a couple of hours.
Yeah, come by in a couple hours.
All right. Maybe I'll stick around. Yeah, I'll stick around because it's quite the hike out here. And then maybe we can get this all sorted out, sort of thing. Just because I want to take the cabin. I was thinking of just actually, I was going to disassemble it or you drag it out. Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'll be there. I'll bring the keys and grab my stuff, and then you can do whatever you want.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll wait around for a little bit, and maybe in the meantime, I'll just tidy up around here, and then when you get here, yeah, we can sort whatever else is left inside.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Thanks. All right. We'll talk to you later.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Bye. Well, that's good news. He got a place to stay. So I guess the hotel. So I was reading actually about in the newspaper how the government's got a bunch of funding to actually put a bunch of homeless people. They were encamping downtown, which is kind of near where we are. So I guess they got them a bunch of hotels, which is probably quite convenient for them, anyways, to like have running water and whatnot. So, anyways, I think my plan on this guy is to maybe make this thing a little bit more portable, because as I found out, it's very hard to drag. So yeah, that's my plan with it. And yeah, so I'm just gonna stick around for Jim, see what he comes back, and see if he's got anything left over inside, and just basically clean this stuff up, because I don't really like to leave anything in the bush ever. So yeah, I'll clean it up. I don't know why he's brought most of this stuff here. It just seems a little strange. I guess maybe he was thinking he was gonna set up camp or like an awning or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, all right. Well, I'm gonna clean this stuff up and wait for Jim to get back. All right. Well, Jim came, dropped off the key, and took some of his stuff. I don't need to leave much in there. He's kind of a shy dude. He doesn't want to appear on camera. So this is how it was left. If you want to take a look inside, well, he didn't touch any of the cleaning stuff, and yeah, looks like the boots are gone, obviously, and well, that whole shelf is cleared off. Oh well, you know, pay it forward, right? So that's not terrible. Anyways, the battery still says it's charging even if it's overcast. I'm touching that stuff. There's some crispers left over. What's that? I'll just leave that there. I think this thing's got to go back to the drawing board to make it a little bit more portable and more useful for the summer months. Not that in the summertime you need a warm shelter, but you definitely need a light portable shelter in order to you know, have a place to lay your head down at night. Maybe something that's you know, a little smaller, more versatile. I like the way this one turned out, but yeah, you know, it was a good experiment, and I think going forward, it's gonna make it. I'm gonna make it better, bigger, faster, stronger. I don't know. That's probably a song somewhere. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna have to drag this thing back. I don't know if I want to take it apart because everything's glued together. I might have to get my brother out here to help me lift this thing. Just drag it. A bunch of guys will just pull it. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. It might slide a little bit. Maybe early morning or something like that. Anyways, get it back to the shop, kind of investigate, see what we can salvage from this thing, or maybe it stays like this for a while. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this one. I hope it was a eye-opener for the plight of the homeless and how they're living. And yeah, join me on the next one.